What's going on, guys? No guys here. Welcome back to another video. So the web app is now being released. Long story short, if you can't log in, do not worry. Web app this year is not the end of the world as opposed to the last couple of years, because web app used to come out a week before. So don't worry if you can't get onto it. It came out around 6 p.m. UK time on the 30th. They released it about 15 minutes early, just so to stagger, the joining rate so the servers don't crash. So you're still waiting for your verification or stuff like that. Don't worry, it will take some time. Just want to give you just a quick lowdown on what you need to do. In terms of EA Play, okay? EA Play is coming out tomorrow. You can basically play the game from, I think it's the 1st of October at 4 p.m. UK time. 4 p.m. UK time. If you're on Origin on PC and you have the Origin Pro, I think you can pre-download the game now. If you're not, you're on Xbox and PS4, I think you can download it from 4 p.m. from the actual early access thing. So do bear that in mind as well. On the web app, you cannot preload FIFA points. The only way you can basically get FIFA points on the web app is if you play the game first, you buy the FIFA points on there and then you transfer them over. Or if you had the game last year and you preloaded on FIFA 20, in order to put your FIFA points FIFA 21, you need to go into the game first. So basically, you have to load the game first. You have to wait until tomorrow before you can open packs anyway. So that's how. So if you've seen people do it already, it's either they're a game changer and they've already had the game in advance, or they actually played the game before and they preloaded it. Don't forget, remember I told you when you play FIFA 21 for the first time, that prompt comes on your screen saying, do you want to transfer your FIFA points over? So that's how some of them have done it. Don't forget, I am not a game changer, so unfortunately, I can't show you how to do that. Now, the web app, by the way, is unlimited. The companion app, I think, is open as well. If you log in every single day, I think you might get a daily gift up until the day the game comes out on the 9th. So that might be something that you should consider doing. If you haven't logged in already, don't worry about it too much. You should be able to get some loyalty packs. It will depend on each player. I would say do the basic SBC. So do the first one. Let's get started. In my opinion, when you're choosing your nation, just choose something like, I've already done it now, unfortunately, but just choose something like France, or choose something like Brazil or Spain, or even England. Just try to choose a nation where basically players are universally across all leagues. Because to do these SPCs, you need to get some, for example, certain leagues like you might need to get, for example, everyone that's from France. So it's like, for example, like this one over here, if we go back to advanced, if we go to, I think it's hybrid leagues and nations, some of these ones, you don't need full chemistry, you only need 85. But some of them, you need, like, for example, full chemistry, 100 chemistry, and a lot of these things you can't achieve 100 chemistry if you don't have full loyalty. Now, if you pack a player, you get loyalty for that player. If you don't pack him, you have to basically play the game, play with the player for 10 games. But obviously, the game is not out, so you can't do that. So what I traditionally say is don't sell anyone, in my opinion. People try to sell players and make teams. It's up to you. But I'll say, because the game is around the corner tomorrow, try to do as many SBCs as you can. I would say plan. So I'll say do the first initial SBCs first. So for example, start off with the basic, let's get started. So if you choose the France as your nation, don't use your French players. Use all the other players, all the other off leagues that you don't need or don't want in your team. So keep everyone that's for the same leagues. The once you're on let's get started, there's other ones that you could do. Now, you have to plan. It depends on what you have. Everyone's going to have different levels. For example, hybrid nations, right? Let's say Final Four. Now, for each one that you do, you get a pack. That's important. If you complete all four of them out, so every single one, so one that might have, for example, 6. So if you do all 4 of them, you get the group rewards. So basically, ideally, you want to so let's say you do Final Four, you need 4 nationalities, 4 players of the same nation, 4 from the same club, and this is important. The reason why you need to plan this out is, so I got loads of, as I said, in the first SBCs, I got a lot of French players in my team. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go to France. I got a lot of French players in my team, as you can see. So I can do some of these SBCs, but it might not be wise for me, for example, to use, 4 players that are from France in this SBC, when maybe in a more advanced SBC, for example, like around the world, or for example, any of these other SBCs that might require one nation, it might be difficult then. So I'm trying to say you have to plan around. So depending on what players you have, you need to plan, okay, which ones I'm going to do. In terms of what's worth it, ideally the best rewards you want to get are the gold player pack, because they give you players. Things like depending on, like, for example, like like the Electrum Players Pack is not bad. Prime Gold Players Pack is not bad, but anything that's a Players Pack is good. A Rare Players Pack 50k pack, these are really, really good. Ones that you want to ideally avoid. So some of these, for example, like Prime Mix Packs, not that bad, but there's also a lot of bronze players in that. And Mega Packs, for example, is a lot of consumable. So maybe I would say go for the player ones first. But that's the way I would do it. And as I said, listen, do not worry about it too much. I'm going to do this again. I recorded this video before. Recording crashed, so let me just give you a bit of an insight. Tomorrow I'll be doing this from scratch on the game itself. I'll be doing an RTG on the PC, and I'll be walking you through everything. I'll be doing an RTG on PC as well. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be doing that alongside my main account, but I'll be streaming as well. So do not worry if you just came out from work and you haven't had a chance to log in and you're still waiting for that verification code. Do not keep requesting that verification code, because that verification code will take a long time for it to come. So just wait, be patient. As I said, the game's coming out at 4 p.m. tomorrow, so don't worry about it. You're not going to miss anything out. Unless you're a trader. If you're a trader, okay, then if you're like a hardcore trader, let's say, for example, you want to get onto the game, maybe that's a bit different. But for 99% of you guys that are watching this video, it's not the end of the world that the web app doesn't really load. Don't forget as well, you can't buy FIFA points as well on the web app. Do remember that as well. Loyalty packs, as I said, it depends on person to person. You can do some other stuff here. You can like look through the objectives, stuff like that, but there's not that much you could do on a web app, in my opinion. You can change some stuff, maybe you can create a good start team with some untradables that you have. But apart from that, you can't do anything else. Now, you're also going to get one lone player pick to choose in the beginning. In the beginning, it says pick a lone card. I would say choose an attacker. Whenever you're picking lone cards, the best advice I'll ever give you is to always choose attackers, because attackers, when the game comes out on the console, you can then log on to the console and you can sub some of these players on to make a difference. So that's why I would say to you, listen, if I was you, prioritize, in my opinion, on loan cards and try to prioritize, for example, on getting attackers is what I would say. So if you do get prompted with a loan card when the game does start, when the web app does start as well, try to choose attackers. I think that's pretty much it. As I said, look, we'll make a video on this tomorrow. You probably see numerous videos on the web app already, so you don't want me to go over this regurgitating information again. But it isn't the end of the world. We're going to do the thing tomorrow. And also, just a quick reminder as well, if you can't access the transfer market, some of you had a message, for example, saying, I can't access the web app because of this or something else. It's either the servers are not working, that's why you can't access the web app, because everyone's trying to get onto the web app at the same time. Or some of you have to load into the game first. So if you start foot for the first time, or you didn't really play that actively, you might have to go into the game first before you have access to the market. So do bear that in mind. But I think that is it from my end. Thank you very, very much for watching. Again, don't forget I'll be streaming as well, twitch.tv/NeilGuides. But that's just a quick brief down and kind of what I did and how I went about it. And I said, listen, don't worry about it too much. And also, I want to quickly mention, Rivals, you also get coins for Rivals. So Division 1 you get 10k, let's just presume Division 10 you get 1k. So if you do your 5 placement matches and you win all 5, let's say even if you win 3 and you lose 2, let's say you win 3 out of 5, Division 5, that's what, 11k? That's enough for you to build a cheap gold team. So although you can argue fitness cards are not that prevalent this year, obviously they're not even in the game in all honesty, the market's probably going to be going up, but you can get away with a cheap gold team. But we'll go over that all tomorrow. But that's something just to bear in mind. So if you do want to make a team, just have some untradeable players that are somewhat usable. Maybe try to go on a market and try to bid, like minimum price for. So if you try to bid minimum price some of these gold players, like some of these gold players, if you can, so like let's say a gold rare or even like a non-rare cards, they go for like 350. If you buy them, worst case scenario, you buy them and then you don't want them, you can quick sell them for 320 coins, so you don't lose money. So what you can do is some of these cards, so I would say some of these, like as you can see, let me try looking for a tradable. So I'm gonna look over here, go to add player. Let me give you a good example. So we're gonna look for a gold player in my team. So I did one of the SPCs, and I think from the starter pack, I packed some of these a gold, I think it was a golden rare or non-rare, whatever, a common card. It's this guy, for example, right? Now, if you wanted him, you can go and buy him on a market for 350 coins. If you buy him and you don't want him, you can quick sell him for 316 coins. So what I'm saying is, if you are going to buy a player, let's say you want to make a good starter team, buy players that are very, very cheap. So let's say, for example, like this person, I could buy him, use him, and if I don't want him, I can quick sell him. That way I won't lose any cash, and if I do, you're losing only like 20 or 30 coins, so it's not that much. That's the way I would do it efficiently. So if you are going to build a cheap team now, build it with just cheap players. Just look for meta pace players. Do not worry about anything else. But anyway, thanks for watching, boys. Take it easy and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.